Those kids running around Calfoot in the shop.
No,
Yeah.
no. My father always said to me, you must always look your best because looking poor and not having money is double.
When you can't solve the problem of getting people to do the business properly.
You cannot build a business if you're not prepared to invest something in it.
Someone said to me, if you're going to do anything, make sure you're useful. Don't be useless.
Viewpoint is not about the money anymore. For me, it's about a passion sharing the information. If I put my head down, I will make it. It might take me a bit longer. I don't mind. I know where I'm going. Baie welkom by Radio Viewpoint, die beste stasie in die land.
Daar sê.
I'm Lynette Barnors, a rank 11 wealth engineer.
And I'm Rob van der Bijl, one of the executives at Viewpoint.
I like that one.
It's not a bad one either.
Yes.
So Lynette, rank 11, you've had a journey with Viewpoint for as long as Viewpoint is old.
That's correct, 101 months.
101 months. And those months are 101 payments.
That's the best of it all.
So what has that journey been like for you? If you reflect now, we're nearly at our 9th birthday. What's 9 years like when you look at it from this point of view?
Well, Rob, when I started Viewpoint, I did not trust them. But today, that's the only thing I'm sorry about. If I started to work from the first day, I would be way further ahead, But because it's a new company, I didn't know anybody. And I needed to trust people because I can never live with myself if I have lead people into something that can harm them. That's why I had to make sure about it. But the day Pumi received her car, my entire life changed because I realized there's no difference between Pumi and me. The only difference was that she was working harder than I did. I used all the excuses. I spent my time on all the non-money making activities. And then I realized, but if she can do it, so could I, and I did. 2 years later, I also got a car, and that is the proudest day of my life because I did it. And I'm not finished. I've got a wonderful future ahead of me. I've got something to live for. My life has changed so much. You cannot imagine. Frikkie was retrenched when he was 50, and we couldn't find a job. I was retrenched the year before that. And in 27 years, we couldn't find jobs. Yet we are now living a much, much better life than ever before in our lifetimes. And it's all thanks to Viewpoint. There's nothing you can say. Nobody can convince me that Viewpoint is not working. The question is, are you working? Because most people say it's not working for them. And they're right. Viewpoint is not working for you. It's a tool. It's dead. It cannot do anything on its own. But in the hands of a skilled operator, it can absolutely change your life around.
Yeah, absolutely. I was with you the day you got your car that Viewpoint paid for in that dealership. The dealership principal was very kind to you. He brought you a bottle of champagne to celebrate with, and so that was a worthwhile day to celebrate. Your last 7 years at Viewpoint have been so amazing because, like you said, fortunately Pumi didn't take very long to get to rank 11 because that might have delayed your jump start into the business. She took, 2 years to get to rank 11?
18 months,
Wow.
exactly.
18 months to rank 11. And when you saw that happen, I just remember, everything changed for you. What did change for you? You said you weren't working as hard as she was. You saw the business working for her. You saw perhaps Viewpoint delivering on its promises when you saw Pumi get that car. What changed for you and Frikkie at that moment?
I was at that stage, we were living on a pension of 918 Rand and we were forced to make money. I needed to sell things, but I realized we're getting older. At one stage, we will get too old to do this anymore. The logistics of running a craft market is enormous, and we're getting older. And then when Pumi got her car, Frikkie told me a long time ago that the market is not worth doing anymore, but I just couldn't convince myself to give up that little bit of money and pursue Dew Point full time, but when she got her car, I decided, if she can do it, so could I. And I did, as I said, for me, never challenge me. If you give me a challenge, I'll never tell me I can't do it.
Yes, we know that. Yes.
I will do it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I once had a girlfriend who decided she was going to try the flea markets to sell some product, and I helped her, I think, once or twice, and I was like, how do people do this? This is way too much work for the meager pittance that you got paid, and you're depending on these people that come and look at your stuff and touch your stuff, and so we gave up on that idea very quickly. So you had a pension, a little bit of pension, a little bit of money from markets, and a little bit of Dew Point money at that stage, and then you gave up pretty much everything and went 100% into Dew Point.
Yes, I had to make sacrifices. I paid my car in full because I was scared if something happened. I made sure my car was paid. I can't even remember where did I get the money from, but I made a plan and I paid my car up front. I put my house in my son's name, so if something bad happens, I cannot lose my house. So my house is the one thing I always dreamt about. It was my proud moment because we owned a house, but I was scared that I might lose it. So I made sure it was protected, and then I just didn't think of anything else but going forward. I made a list of 20 people, and I will call 20 people every day, and I'm still doing that. And that's the only difference. It's only I started to upgrade my own effort, and Dew Point didn't change. The marketing plan is exactly the same it was on the first day when it was launched. The people around me is still the same. I don't know any people because my children is abroad and far away. So don't tell me you don't know people or you don't have money or time or things like that. It's excuses. In hindsight, yes, I was always busy working to make money, but it wasn't produce results. But it's a difficult decision to make, to say you give up this little bit and then move on and pursue something that gives you real income.
Yeah, it's interesting, the human psychology, because we see a lot of the youth that depend on maybe a 350 Rand grant. Even they're too scared to try something in fear of losing the grant.
But Rob, I paid my product once, 279, and in 101 months, never again, because yes, I'm paying it out, it goes out of my bank account, but the money Dew Point puts in is a little bit more than the 279.
I know, we looked at your progress from that moment when you and Frikkie decided you were going to commit 100% into this business. I mean, you definitely one of the hardest working wealth engineers in the business, and it shows because you're one of the highest earning wealth engineers in the business, and that's money that's been paid into your bank account 101 times, and you pay us the 279 every single month for that luxury, for that opportunity. So you sit here, rank 12 is the next goal for you. You do the work every single day, 20 strangers that you speak to daily. How's life evolved for you? Has it become any different for you today?
Rob, I'm more excited than ever before in my life. I've embarked on a totally new way of doing Dew Point. I believe it's going to give big results, but I say it's way above my pay grade, but I'm doing it. I'm learning. I'm slower than other people because I'm not used to technology, but I'll get there. I will do it over and over and over again until I succeed. That's one of my traits. I never give up. If I put my head down, I will make it. It might take me a bit longer. I don't mind. I know where I'm going, and
yeah, I remember you were probably one of the first people that started marketing the opportunity on Facebook.
Yes.
And that was probably around
It was
2018.
No, it was March 2017 I started my
Wow, so
Facebook.
you remember the month?
Yeah, I didn't know how to go on Facebook. My friend opened a Facebook account to me. I didn't know anything. I asked people, how do you market on Facebook? No, I don't know. They know how to chat and to browse. I still don't know how to browse and things like that. I know how to market the open because I'm using Facebook to build a business. I realized that you cannot build a business if you're not prepared to invest something in it. I didn't have money, but I took 200 Rand a month and I spent it on my Facebook ads, and it turned out well. It gives me the people because I don't know people, I don't see people. I needed something else, and technology is there for everybody. That's why I was not really impressed with TikTok all the years, although I joined a course in 2022, but I saw the people, what they are doing, and it was not me. And then I realized in December last year, I started to do some more research. And I realized, but there is something in TikTok. And I started to learn. Now I'm learning TikTok. I will never be as good as TikTok as Facebook because Facebook fits my profile. Facebook, I am in control of it.
Yeah.
I like the fact that people are now asking me for information instead of me. I don't need to ask people, do you want to make money? They ask me, how do I make money? I love that one.
Yeah, well, social media is such a evolving landscape. It's changing all the time. So maybe, you never know, one day TikTok might become your favorite platform. We never know. There might be another platform that comes through. I think that curiosity and that willingness to learn is so important if you're going to evolve with this business. You think our due point, although the way we pay our members has never changed, you think how the business gets marketed by our wealth engineers, how that has evolved over the years.
I said in 2017 when I started with Facebook, I said in 5 years' time, if you don't have a online profile, you will battle. And it's more and more evident we need to go use these platforms. Most of it is free. People say, I don't know people, I don't have time. It's free, guys, go on and do it. Learn. If you can't do TikTok, learn how to do it. If I can learn it, I think anybody else can learn it. It's a matter of learning it. You know, at times I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning watching webinars because I didn't have money to buy courses. It's expensive. But if you apply what you learn, that is the big problem. I had a training session last night where I told people, you know all the answers, but you don't apply it. What's the sense in doing something if you don't apply what you've learned?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that is what I believe. If I get a little bit, I'll use it, and then I get another bit and use it. But all of us need to go online and look at the opportunities there. Even if you don't like it, I would love not to do it, but I like it. You know, I like the freedom it gives me. You know, I can communicate with any people. You know, I can even get people who's very negative about viewpoint to join. So that's fine. And now they are really believing in viewpoint. The only reason you don't join is because you don't understand viewpoint. Because if you understand it, you will sign up. That's what I think.
Absolutely. And if you really understand it, not only will you sign up, but you'll start doing the business and start making it work for you.
Sign up means nothing. It's the work you do.
It's like joining the gym and not going to the gym.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, people do nothing and then they badmouth viewpoint. But I asked them, how many people have you spoken to? Yesterday, nobody. The day before, nobody. The day before that, nobody. How can you build a business if you don't go to work?
Yeah.
If you don't talk to people, that's our job, is to talk to people. How can you expect to earn anything if you do it for a month or 2 months and then you badmouth the system? The system is nothing wrong with it. It's the go and look in the mirror and you'll find the person who's wrong.
Look in the mirror and you know you need to deal with to sort your problems out. So what in life has led you to this position? I know you were in network marketing business before. I know a little bit about your life. You live in Vanderbijl Park. You mentioned you and Frikkie were retrenched about 20 years ago, weren't able to find a job after that. So much has happened just in South Africa for South Africans. What was your life like growing up? Were you born, did you grow up in Vanderbijl Park?
Yes, I was born in Vanderbijl Park, and I'm still there. I grew up on a farm, and near Parijs, between Parijs and Sassel. We were Irina. It's a holiday farm now, but we grew up on a farm.
And brothers and sisters?
I've got five. We are 5 children. I've got 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and I'm the middle one.
How are you? My dad's also the middle one with
Yeah.
2 brothers older than him, 2 brothers younger than him, and a little sister.
Yeah,
and we were talking about how strict his mother was.
Yeah.
Was your mother also strict?
My mother and father was very strict, but we were a good family. You know, they taught us big values, and that's more important. We never had money, you know, but I never see myself as poor, because poor is a mindset.
Yes.
And poor stands for passing over opportunities regularly. And I'm not poor. I might not have lots of money. I had to wear hand-downs and things like that, but that never made me poor. My father always said to me, you must always look your best, because looking bad and looking poor and not having money is double.
Yeah.
You know, and he always said, no, if you go out, you know, when he went to town, he put on his suit. And he was,
really?
He always...
You weren't one of those kids running around Kalfoot in the shops?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. My father was very aware of how do you present yourself.
A proud man.
Yes, he was a very hardworking, a brilliant guy. Actually, he could do anything, and I believe I have inherited that from him, because I believe I can do anything if I put my mind to it. I believe through Jesus Christ I can do anything, and that's possible for every single person if you believe. But most people don't believe they can do it. They just try. It will never work if you try it. You need to focus, and you need to believe that you can do it. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in Dew Point. And you need to believe in people, because there are more good people than bad people. Yes, there are bad people, but don't focus on that. Focus on the good ones.
So were you always ambitious growing up? When you
Yes.
got out of school and
Yes.
after that, always ambitious, wanting more?
Yeah, I wanted to become a doctor or a medical technologist, and then I was in a serious car accident. I couldn't walk for a while. That's why I've got serious back problems. But
That's never stopped you.
no.
You followed us up the sand dunes in Mozambique.
The doctor said I'm not able to walk, but I can. I just walk slower than other people,
Yes.
but I can do anything. I'm
So was that when you were, how young were you when that happened?
16.
Oh, wow.
Now, I did my matric through a correspondence course, because I was too proud to go back to face all my peers that's now. And I completed my matric at the same year I was supposed to, but it ruined my university career. My dream was gone. But fortunately, I got the best husband in the world. He carried me, he's with me, and we're still here. We are married for 53 years, and I still love him.
Well, I always admire, whenever I see you and Frikkie together, you're always holding hands wherever you're walking. I should try that with my wife more often, I think.
I don't know why, but I'm always scared I might fall, and I think that's why.
He's holding on to you.
That's the reality.
Yeah, so that's absolutely never stopped you. And I mean, you've been quite ambitious. You've been part of other businesses before you joined Dew Point, and I think you did fairly well in the previous businesses.
Yes, Boltron was the first networking. I never had any experience of that. I was a PRO at the school, and that I don't have education, but they invited me to join it, and I enjoyed that. I nailed it. There had 3 people before me who couldn't make the post work or the job work, and I did because I know how to work with people. Don't tell people how to do it, you work with them. And I was very proud. Was good. People in the end asked me, I had several people who asked me to come and work for them, including child welfare. And in the beginning, I said no. They doubled my salary and I still said no. And then they tripled my salary and I said no. And they quadrupled my salary and I still said no. Because for me, it's not the money. You don't have to believe me. For me, I need to feel that I can do it, make a difference there. And in the end, they tried. They talked to Frikkie and they convinced me that child welfare needed me, and I went to them and I worked at the community chest in the first place. And then child welfare absolutely was crazy, and they got me. And then I worked at Destinata School for Children with Learning Disabilities. I was always involved in charity. I even got, on a paper, they did an article about me, champion of the underprivileged, because people are important to me, and I believe in life. You're not only responsible for yourself. You need to take care of the community. It's important, and I wanted to install that in my own children. Is people who say to me, "I don't give anything for charity." I don't like that, because you owe other people. Even if you can't do it physically, you give them money because you owe it to the society. You're not a person on your own.
Yeah.
We are a community and we need to work together.
Yeah, we were having a private teamworks last night, and the topic was, what is your reason for wanting to be part of Dewpoint and to create income? And the training was about that it cannot be about money. Right? You mentioned earlier that when you decided to commit fully to Dewpoint, you were able to find your purpose in the business. For you, what is that purpose? If you're not chasing money, you're not chasing the incentives and the achiever checks and the cars, those are all nice to have. What do you gain from?
For me, it's about helping people, helping people to get out of their financial predicament, because I was there. I need to pay back, paying it forward is one of our goals in the previous company. And yes, if I can help one person to get out of their circumstances and get a better life, Dewpoint is not about the money anymore. For me, it's about a passion sharing the information, because I also did a team activation event, I think on Sunday, and somebody asked me, what do you get out of this presentation? I said, nothing, because you're not in my team. So I don't care if I can help somebody, even if it's not in my team. I don't earn from them, but I do it for Dewpoint.
And for yourself.
And for myself.
There's fulfillment that
yes.
you
money,
receive out of that.
You cannot, money is not a motivator. At one stage, money will not, in the beginning, it needs to come from within.
Yeah.
Because you can give them money, and then all of a sudden that money is not enough, they want more. But if you believe in the goal, if you believe in something that's more than money, you get more than that.
Yeah, I think so. Money can come and go. Yeah. And I think if you're not enjoying the process, the daily process of what Dewpoint requires, because we're not paying you every day, you have to have some appreciation. There has to be some fulfillment that you find in the work that you do every day. And I know you put hours and hours and hours into Dewpoint every day, and someone from the outside might think it's absolutely madness and frustrating, because you're speaking to so many strangers. You get so many rejections, I'm sure, but it doesn't bother you.
No, I don't see it as a rejection. I feel sorry for them because I haven't seen. I'm there to show them a better way of earning an income, but I can't force them. You need to open your eyes. And I know there will come a time that more and more people will realize what Dewpoint really is. It is the best and most powerful system in the world. There's nothing that can beat Viewpoint. Affordability, everything around Viewpoint is absolutely amazing.
I spoke to my father recently, who's, 76, I think, 77. And I told him, don't you just want to retire now? Just come move in with me, just take a load off, relax, enjoy your life. You don't have to work. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and he said, I've got so much more to give.
Yeah.
At least 10 years, he says, at least 10 years.
But Rob, why do we need to retire? I look at my peers. They're sitting at home watching the bokkies and waiting for their lunch. And I feel so frustrated when I visit them that I just can't. They're in one of these reserves, and I just see trees. You see the bokkies, I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
But what else? Once you see the bokkies, what else?
Yeah.
There's no internet. It will kill me.
Oh, really? There's no internet?
No, it will absolutely kill me. I want to be busy. I want to be productive. There's nothing in the Bible that tells you must retire. Nowhere. And if you've got the health, if you've got the brain power, I think, and if your brain is also a muscle, if you keep your brain active, you will, I think you might
last a bit longer.
Last a bit longer, yes. I hope so. But I will do it until I can't do it anymore. But I think it's possible. There's Mary, she's 97 years old, and she's doing it. So I found enormous joy. As I say, I'm sorry for Frikkie because I'm a whole day busy with myself.
But Frikkie actually wants to retire.
Frikkie's enjoying himself. He's got his own little things that he's keeping himself busy. But for me, I can't wait to get up in the morning just to check how my post is done. It's a challenge, I see, can I convince people with what I'm writing to ask for more information? That's all I need to do. I am sending them information. What they do with the information is neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. My job is to share the information and say, as long as I keep on doing my job, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I wonder where this concept of retirement came from. At 60, 65, it's time for you to go rest for the rest of your life.
Rob, when we retired, we went for 3 months touring through the country. We stopped in a caravan from the one town to another. And after 3 months, I said to Frikkie, never ever in my life again I want to do that.
You were tired of retirement after 3 months.
The first day we stopped at one of these resorts, Olival Noord.
Yes.
And there was a bunch of old people hanging in the swimming pool. And that was the most disgusting sight in my life. I couldn't believe it. They are doing nothing the whole day, hanging in
lying in the pool.
No, they've got washing machines and tumble dryers.
Oh, really?
They do everything there, and the whole day.
They're living there.
They're living there, hanging in the pool. They went out, go and eat something, come back, hanging in the pool. Is that the way to live? No, man. That's.
I think some people aspire to that kind of lifestyle, which is amazing, right? Because you get people like that.
Yeah, well,
and they're like, that sounds great.
Fortunately.
Kelly's nodding her head. She's like,
is that you, Kelly? Oh, no. Work is it's not hard. I like to work. My whole life I've been working. It's not it's a job for me. I never do anything I don't like. If I don't like it, I don't do it. But I love my job. I love Viewpoint. I would not do Viewpoint if I did not love it. Yes, there's obstacles and there's things that you have to overcome, but that's okay. It's part of the job.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's that saying that, find something to do that you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yes, that's true.
So Kelly needs to keep looking.
Fortunately, we're all different, May I imagine all of us would be either lying down and waiting to rest or everybody's working, then we have to have a good selection of both.
Yes, exactly. A little bit of some balance in your life.
Yeah.
And what does the Bible say? Just one rest day a week
Yeah,
is good enough.
fortunately. Ugh.
Do you rest on your Sundays?
Yes, most of the time, but I do my activation event at 7:30 on a Sunday as well.
On a Sunday morning or evening?
Evening, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now I go to church on Sunday mornings.
That's like Dew Point Church at 7:30 at night.
Yeah. Now, Brennan said Sunday is gone after 6 o'clock because you start preparing for the next day. So he gave
Monday starts at 7 p.m. on a Sunday.
That's it. So I can do it 7:30, 8. But I get joy out of doing it. It's not, I'm doing it from March every single day, and I'm still doing it until I can't do it anymore.
And so, you got very close to rank 12. I'm sure that's still a goal for you. There's a nice big fat check waiting for you at that point. Is that your aspiration to keep growing the channel?
Yes.
Does that irritate you? Do you have that kind of itch to keep progressing, to rank up more and more and more?
No. I won't stop until I reach rank 28, if there's enough time to do that. So I need to sharpen my axe, and I spend a lot of time this year on going back and helping my team to achieve, because I can put as many people on my front line as I want, but if the ones I put on and down below, they don't perform, then you've achieved nothing. So I went back, and I'm now spending a lot of time on helping my team, and I think it's working. If I see the growth, there was a negative growth, and suddenly there's a positive growth, that's what I'm looking for, but I'm not stopping.
So what is that like? What have you learned from that process? Because that's often a topic where we see a lot of wealth engineers, even new wealth engineers. They're very good at connecting people onto their first point, but actually supporting those people to become qualified becomes a great challenge for them. So is there an easier way to?
Yes, there's a much easier way. If you are working on your own, you're working for Dew Point. They're happy, they get numbers, they get the income, that's fine. I just tell them you're working for Dew Point, because if you stop working, if you stop chasing the bonuses, you don't have anything. I'm focusing on building my business, and in order to build a big sustainable business, I need people to perform. I need people to inspire them, to get them going, and that's the most difficult part of it. I'm not chasing bonuses because you get it once. I'm chasing consistent income every single month. I had a bad luck. Somebody's membership was cancelled, and it didn't affect me at all, because my nothing really. Yes, I lost that level, but the income still, and for me it's about the income. If my income is growing, I'm happy. And
absolutely, that's the entire point of Dew Point, is that you have that sustainable income that grows.
If you're just adding people and don't look after your people, you will never achieve that. I thought that's going to happen, and I think it is happening. If I look at the numbers, you need to build a business, and a business doesn't get built if you just chase the bonuses and you don't train your people so that they become the same you.
Yeah. So what is that like? Is that a lot of one-on-one with Lynette, or do you try do it in a group setting?
I do it in a group. I do one-on-ones. I try to speak to every first pointer of mine, but if people are willing, they will attend the group session, and I work with them. I don't care if they're on my 15th or 19th level, as long as they work. If I can hype them up, it will go up, down.
Absolutely, and I think that's often something Irina talks about, and she's one of your most successful wealth engineers in your business. She'll say there has to be training. You have to help people in this business to be successful.
Yeah. Well, nobody can ever say I wasn't there for them. If they not produce, it's not because I did not help them or try to help them. But I cannot build your business for you. It's the worst thing you can do is to try and manipulate the system by adding, qualifying this person and qualifying that person with your people. There's no bonding between them. They don't know. You will lose them and they will lose them on the second
Yeah,
level.
you can't do it for somebody.
Yeah. It's illegal in any case from viewpoint point,
Yes.
but it doesn't work, you know.
Yeah.
We tried that years ago and it never works. But
Exactly. It's a short-term fix.
Yeah.
When you can't solve the problem of getting people to do the business properly. And not everyone's going to do it. We know this, right? This is a volunteer business. I often compare it to, I used to play club water polo, and it was volunteer. And when it came to game day, only half the team would arrive. You know, what can you do? You can't force them, you can't fire them, you can't retrench them. In the old days, we could smack them with a stick. You can't do that either. And so it is challenging to get that part of the business right.
Now, that is the most difficult part of viewpoint, is to get people to buy into the system, because money is not a motivator. You know, it will motivate them up to a certain point, and then you can't get that. But, you know, I had a friend of mine, I used to be in first aid. I spent a lot of time in first aid. I was 36 years in first aid. I was a layman's lecturer. I gave them, and one of the guys there said to me that every person's got a plague in front of it, and that plague says, I am important. If you polish that person, you get more out of them if you tarnish them. And that's why I try to treat people nice, you know, because if you don't do that, you don't get the value of that person out of them.
Absolutely. It's a skill that you're forced to develop at your point, is how to relate to people, how to inspire people, how to get them to succeed. And I think that's where you find your fulfillment, to know that you're helping people better their circumstances.
That is true.
Yeah. And Frikkie, how does he view the business? You certainly the head of the Viewpoint business.
Yes. In the beginning, Frikkie wasn't. He moaned and groaned. We can't afford this. And I said to him, well, we can't afford spending on Facebook and things like that until I showed him the money. You cannot convince anybody. The only way to convince them is to show them the money.
Yes.
And those people who are in Viewpoint for a number of time and they don't produce results, can you blame their spouses that they're not very enthusiastic about Viewpoint?
Sure.
So I knew the only way to convince Frikkie was to show him, and I did. And he's doing all the calculations. He's keeping track of every single person who signed up. He knows exactly.
Does a lot of your admin.
He does all the admin. I won't be able to do it.
Is he good at doing the admin?
Yes,
You haven't had to give him a written warning.
No. That's his job. He did that when he was a manager at Iscor, and that was his job. He likes stats. He's always doing stats, and he works out this guy is so good and that, you know, so he's doing all the stats and the admin, and
So looking ahead, everyone knows where we're going for our Rank 9 trip. Another one awaits you. Have you been to Dubai before?
No.
Never?
Never.
So you're looking forward to it?
Yes.
Especially?
Okay. I would love to go in that basket thing. What do you call it? That, I can't even
Oh, like that, the Ferris wheel.
No. I've been on that.
The hot air balloon.
The hot air balloon.
Oh, right.
Yes, that. I think that will be nice.
In the desert.
In the desert,
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, no.
I've been a couple of times for work, and it's definitely a very unique destination to go to. So
I think that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I think a lot of wealth engineers are excited about that. I think we did well in announcing the destination a lot sooner than we normally do.
Well, I asked them, Brendan, last year to do that because I think there's more market value in,
Absolutely,
in
yeah.
telling people where are we going than to guessing where are we going. So I'm really, really thrilled that you did that because we now have got something, a carrot to dangle in front of people.
Yes, and that's
What I wanted to say just now, I forgot, is that, I showed people that if you get 5 people, you get 5 who get 5, you can be, within the next 3 months, you can still make the Nautilus Challenge. But if you want to do it with on your own, you're going to battle. It's much, much easier to build a team.
Exactly.
But don't let the team pull you down so that you don't produce. You have to make a balance between.
Yeah, and that should be a lesson for all wealth engineers in the importance of being able to build a team that can help you build.
Yeah.
It can't only be about yourself.
No.
As valuable as those achiever checks are, it has to go beyond that. I said to the wealth engineers on Saturday in our awakening session, the incentives are there to attract people into the business. They're not there to change your financial circumstances.
They will never. Because it's once off,
Exactly, it's transactional income,
Yeah.
which we always say is not the way to create wealth.
You are working for Dewpoint. That's all you do. They're happy. They get the money, But you don't build a residual income.
No, you're not building a business.
No, you're not building a business. And that was always my view. And I'm still thinking like that.
Yes, absolutely. Are there ways to increase your skill in terms of working with people? I think there's probably enough resources available online.
There's so many.
There's books to read.
Yeah. I'm busy with something. I think it's going to pan out. I've been training my people. I've started with 20 of them. I think 4 of them will finish, but that's okay. I'll do it again. I got the money to buy the courses and I gave all the information to my team for free because I don't want to make money out of my team. I want to educate and train them so that they can know what I know. So I think there's a wonderful future ahead of us, and I think it's going to go much faster than doing the one-on-ones. But let's see. I don't want to brag about anything before I haven't proved the results. For me, show me the result. Don't tell me, show me.
You hear people saying that if you want to change your life, you have to change. You can't be the same person that develops different circumstances. If you think of that statement, do you feel like you've changed in the last 10 years? Or are you exactly the same Lynette that joined us 10 years ago?
No, I'm exactly the same Lynette, but I have learned a lot of skills.
Become wiser.
Yes. I've learned about Facebook. I didn't know anything about Facebook. I learned how to do it. I learned how to handle people, what to send them, what makes them pick, what pique their interest and things like that. Yeah, I'm still the same person. I will never change because that's me. But I've learned a lot of skills. I've learned a lot of things. If I just could know what I now know in the beginning, I would have built a much bigger and better business. But that is how you are growing, In the previous company, I always tried to use social media, and I just couldn't manage it, We did live stream presentations, and it was horrible. Then the slides doesn't work, then the writing on the board doesn't show. It was horrible, but we did it. We tried, And here we get a company who's got everything, live stream presentation.
All the fancy toys.
Then COVID struck. And before that, we tried to Zoom. And I said, oh, no, I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
But COVID really taught us to build a business online.
Exactly, out of necessity.
Out of necessity. And all of a sudden I realized, but this is a super tool. I talk every week twice a week I'm talking to my team. And
All over the country.
all over the country. I don't have to. In the past, we did home presentations where I add my team every week. Once a month, we get together and we do some
around the
training.
table.
Now I can do it twice a week with everybody in my team. And I think last night there was 110 people attending, which is not bad, I think.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of them, every team's got different teams. There's other
Yeah.
people's too. It's not only one team, but some do their own thing. And I like it. Go and be productive. That's what we need to do.
Exactly. Someone said to me, if you're going to do anything, make sure you're useful.
Yes.
You're useful. Don't be useless. I tell my children that and they just look at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, it's very exciting, Lynette, and I'm sure a discussion like this is just one of many that we're going to have, because there aren't many wealth engineers like yourself and Frikkie who are so dedicated and committed to yourselves and to the business and wake up excited every morning about what awaits you. And so it's been a pleasure witnessing your journey, and may it go from strength to strength, and we will see you in Dubai.
Yes.
And rank 9 after that, and I'm sure there'll be a day when we have you up on stage where you'll be ranked 14, and then you'll be going overseas again. And so good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you for the opportunity, because, you can say whatever you want, but I still believe that Viewpoint is the best and most powerful system in the world. There's nothing. If it wasn't that, I would never be here. I cannot buy into something I don't believe in, and I truly believe in Viewpoint. I believe it can change this country. I can believe it can change every single person's life if you see it the way I see it, if you're prepared to work at it. It's not for free, but it's worth it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lynette.
Thanks, Rob.